What's going on, y'all? This happens to be your man, Eddie Mack from Street Nerds Podcast. Give it up! All right. Yo, so we got another daily rant. In this daily rant, the theme and topic would be how to practice real honesty. Can you dig it? I mean, those of you with big shovels, we out here digging deep, ain't we now? All right. Well, start the intro. You know, on my journey to spiritual enlightenment, the journey to really seek what we call life, perception, and experience, what it's all for, what it all means. I mean, it has to be something deeper than the surface level narrative that's pushed upon us. And I came across, I'm gonna take a puff when I say this. I came across a video one day. I was talking about something called Dark Night of the Souls, shit like that. So it was really doing shadow work within yourself and digging deep within that subconscious ego, that insecure ego of the human being experience. I had a conversation with my little brother, blood brother, same mother, same father. Both of my parents are both darker than me. And I came out this color. I was even lighter when I was younger. It's kind of funny because my son and daughter both have both of my colors at different times in my life. My son is high yellow right now, like I was when I was young. And then my daughter is the caramel brown that I am now, right now. It's wild. But anyways, excuse me. I had a conversation with my brother, same mother, same father, and he came out a whole lot darker than me. And going through that dark night of the souls, I came across that insecurity that I tried to bury way deep in the back of my head because it was my brother. And I had unconditional love for him. Wouldn't ever dream of trying to harm him. Intentionally, unintentionally. I have proven a number of times that I'd lay my life on the line for my brother. And so, because that has been put to the test, tried and true in real life, I felt at that very moment it was nothing to me to admit to my brother that I was jealous of him because of how beautifully dark his skin came out. How darker than me and my little sister. He was of us, and he was like one of a kind. None of the other two got that melanin. He took it all. And you want to know, I don't know if anybody would have the balls to talk about this kind of shit, but here at Street Nerds Podcast, we gon' get down and dirty, nitty gritty, in the meat of the situation. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold a mirror up for you, and I'm gonna show you by telling you my flaws, my insecurities first, that it'll be okay to run through yours and use this tool to ascend to a higher level of real consciousness, real purity, really practicing honesty with yourself. When you really practice honesty with yourself, you can really be honest with others, whether it hurts or feel good. So not to get off the subject, I had to admit to my brother one night, he was giving me a ride to work. And I said, hey, bro, I've been doing this little spiritual challenge, Dark Night of the Souls, and I've been running through all my early insecurities, things that made me uncomfortable, situations that made me uncomfortable, and I'm putting them all to the light so that no one can ever touch on those insecurities and make me feel that way again, because I've overcome them by facing them, putting them out on the forefront and conquering the feeling and being honest about it. I told my brother, I said, bro, I want to let you know I love you unconditionally, and you know what I do for you. We ain't got to talk about that because we really been through some shit like that together. Life and death shit. Me and my brother, no bullshit. I said, but this challenge really woke me up to some spiritual enhancement shit. And I want to just get this out in the open and be honest with you that I was always jealous of how dark you came out, because little do people know, me being fair-skinned my whole middle school and high school years, really 2 shades lighter than this, I had to put hands, unfortunately, because I love my melanated brothers. I had to put hands on a lot of dark-skinned brothers and show them that I wasn't no easy wearing knuckle. Walking over here, you went limping back. You was walking over here, but you're limping back. Really had to do that to them boys. And it was because they thought light-skinned niggas was soft, because stereotypical mindsets run rampant through the hood just as well as they do in the suburbs. Because our brown-skinned dark brothers, our dark-skinned in society, tell them they gotta be super tough. They gotta be angry all motherfucking day. They gotta be distrusting to their brothers who share the same skin, and they gotta be jealous of niggas lighter than them. Ain't that a bitch? Well, unfortunately, they got a nice amount of them whooped on. But my brother ain't ever have to worry about them problems from middle school on up. Not that I know of. And I mean, the street shit that he did get into, we had already said fuck school by the end. Unfortunately. When the real shit started happening. But he never had to worry about the people because he was already dark skinned. All he had to do was just be quiet, and motherfuckers be like, oh shit, I ain't fucking with him. He look like he on something. You feel me? And motherfuckers who scary anyways, they amplify those stereotypes. treat niggas like that. And so niggas carry the torch and keep that mentality rolling. And it's a shame. And I told my brother, I said, bro, you ain't ever had to worry about niggas testing you and you having to fight. That's why I used to get suspended all the time. And I was jealous of how dark he was. I wanted to be that dark too. Because I already got a menacing look. Now imagine if I was as dark as my brother. It'd have been on. Nigga, I wouldn't have had to raise a motherfucking finger growing up. Did you feel me? And my brother, he said, wow, damn, for real, bro? I said, yeah, bro, but you know I love you to death. He's like, man, that's crazy because I gotta admit, I was always jealous of you and sis and shit because of how light y'all was. I was like, what? For real? I was like, nigga, I'd like to say at that very moment, me and my little brother had shared the most empathetic moment we've ever had with each other. I believe we really stepped outside of each other's shoes in situations and looked at it from one another's perspective. And I believe that moment made us that much closer, that we understood each other that much more. And if I could always get an inch more of loving memories, meaningful moments, shit money can't buy, but the ones I love. And hopefully that moment I shared with them impacts their life and impacts others' lives and so on and so forth. And then me being able to share this story in this form of context, to be this vulnerable in front of the camera, to share one of my deepest, darkest secrets / insecurities, and it having to deal with a dear family member of mine's, a sibling. You know, I've never been this personal on social media when it came to transmuting the negative to the positive. I'm usually just good at doing it on my own and then showing up bright, shiny, and new like a old nickel scrub clean. And so I really appreciated that moment with my brother and us both being able to admit something that made us feel bad, sad, uncomfortable, insecure, and we turned it around and transmuted it into a powerful bond and understanding between one another. We really humanized one another more than we've ever done before. And me and my brother used to fight like cats and fucking dogs, but I wouldn't let nobody else touch it. You believe that? So, real talk, it comes to a point to where you have to really dig deep. Let your nuts hang as a man or a woman and really start exposing some of these insecurities you have about yourselves, because there is no greater person other than yourself that honesty needs to be really practiced with. And a lot of people think they are honest, but they're not. People lie way more than they're honest. It's that easy to lie, but it's so hard to tell the fucking truth. Ain't that something? So my daily rant wrap up concludes: the road and beginning to loving yourself is honesty with yourself. Spend more time with yourself and yourself only. Start to be okay with your own thoughts, your own company. And when you get enough of that, and you know the bond between you and yourself is strong, and you've wiped clean and stomped on all your insecurities, faced them face to face in the duel, took them out, only then, and I really mean this, only then can you really begin to ascend as a better person. And practicing honesty, you got to say that too. You got to practice honesty. Because again, practice makes perfect. And it's so easy to lie. I'm going to wrap this up. And I want all of you to really ponder on this. Rewind it if you have to. And put this into perspective. Put it into play. Figure out how you can utilize this in your everyday life. And again, my motto is, before you leave out and you come in home to go to sleep, eat dinner, all that, have it in your head that everyone you run into, you're going to try and make smile. That every stereotypical mindset or energy you run across, you do the exact opposite to fuck their train of thought up and rupture the domino effect everyone else likes to really make true when they act out these stereotypes. But be the one who does different. Be the change you say you want to see out here. If it takes one motherfucking person at a time, so be it. The domino effect is in effect. Slow motion is better than no motion. Save face. Between a rabbit and a turtle, wasn't the slow one to win the race? Yeah, that means a steady pace. Street Nerds Podcast, y'all. Eddie Mac, I'm out.